Go. You're good.
All right. Welcome everyone to this Thursday night call. And we've lined up some of the best speakers in network marketing today. Maribeth, and not only the field liaison, she's a really close friend. She's like a sister to me. I've had a chance to work with her many, many years. And just she exudes the leadership that we're after. She exudes the brand, the culture of It Works Global, and she's the epitome of leading from the front. And I can say that because she is a mommy of a beautiful house full of boys, which I wish I had, and a great husband. And not only am I love to call her my business partner, but my friend. So Maribeth, come on. I know you just got off of one Zoom. We got 30 minutes for you to go out and rock this team out.
Oh my goodness. Rusty, I love you. You are the best. You guys, this team is so incredibly blessed and lucky to have Rusty at the helm, and just great leadership with Chris. I love her hopping on here and providing some leadership and keeping us organized. And I see Carrie on here, and oh my goodness, what a great team. You guys, I am just absolutely pumped to get to spend time with you guys tonight. And I am like already coming in with some pretty good energy because we just had a great Zoom where we talked about getting started and selling samples. And you guys, I've been doing that Zoom for almost a year every week. And you guys know how that can be. It can get mundane. It can get like, okay, here we go again, same content, same kind of thing. But it was really awesome tonight. You guys grab that recording if you missed it. But we had 3 brand new promotions, 2 triple diamonds, new presidential diamond on there. And they shared like their secret sauce, like their scripts and stuff that they're using. And I love it. I absolutely love the stuff that was shared there. So one thing that I just want to kind of lead with here with you guys as we get started, and then Rusty, I want you to feel free to jump in, interrupt me, or ask questions the direction you want me to go. But the idea, you guys, that you need to look at your business 2 different ways. Number 1, you need to look at your business long-term. This is a long-term business. You guys on this team know this. So many of you guys have been here for let's see, 19, 20 years, some of you 8 years, 7 years, 6 years. So you guys have been here a long time. We've got to think of the business in that long-term realm, right? But the second way we've got to look at it is systematically. And we just talked on this last call about even when you take a given month and you break down that month and you go, how do I want this month to look for my business? You know, so many times what we know we're sure of is month end comes and then we're like hustling, right? Those last couple of days, it's like you turn on the gas full force and you're just going and you're running. But we don't always sit down and look at the calendar and go, okay, day, 1 through 10, what is that going to be characterized by? Okay, day 10 through 20, like splitting it out into thirds or however you want to do it. But you guys, it's so stinking key. We just talked about how, what if you focus on selling samples those first couple days of the month? That's when you post about samples. You get that out there. You say, hey, I have X amount of samples available. Who wants one? Comment below. Okay. So you're getting those samples pushed out there. People are getting their hands on stuff. And that can be digital samples. That could be product you already have on hand that you're sending out. But here's the key. You're trying to get that product in their hand before mid-month. So they get a chance to try it. They're experiencing it. They're tasting it. They're starting to see some results. Their curiosity has been piqued. And they've only done just like 3 days sometimes, or 7 days worth, however much they've gotten from you. That's when you come in mid-month and you say, okay, how's it going with the product? Do you want more results? What are your goals? Really talk to me about where you want to get. Get them to open up about what they're looking for. Are they looking for weight loss? Are they looking for continued energy, clarity, focus? What is it that they're looking for? So mid-month, you guys, you're gathering them up as a customer. And what that looks like is they've just tried the product. You're getting them as a customer. And then by the time month end comes in, you guys, you've got them closed and they're adding volume to your promotion. They're adding volume to what you're going to make on that very next check. Because for those of you guys who are new, that end of the month, when we hit, you hear us talk about end of the month so much because that's what makes up your paycheck. When we hit this month, it will be May 31st. When we hit May 31st, that's the cutoff for what you're going to get in your next paycheck. Okay, that you will get mid-June. So you want to maximize absolutely as much as you possibly can every single month so that paycheck, when you get it, is as big as it can possibly be. When you guys look at our average earnings and those kind of things, I don't ever want you guys settling for being average or below average on those for whatever rank you're hitting. I want it to be so inflated and so far above and beyond that you're like, holy cow, I'm diamond, but I'm being paid so much more than that. And that can be cash, you're getting cash. That can be, you know, your commissions. We just launched, we're trying this right now, you guys, this kind of like a loyal customer fast start bonus, essentially, right? If you get the 5 customers by the end of this week, you get $100. And then the same thing next week. And they're just trying this out, you guys. So if you guys get out there right now and you kill it with customers, it's possible that they may do it again. I mean, I'm crossing my fingers that maybe they'll just kind of keep it and it'll become part of what we get to do. But it's another way you guys get to earn money every single week on Fridays. You know, you're getting paid every Friday. So my encouragement to you guys is really, really think of your business in that long term. Like, yeah, it's cool to grab that cash right away, but let's build it for that next month's check, right? Push so hard this month, not just because it's cool to hit a promotion, because you want a fat check when June 15th rolls around and those checks come out. You know, so zoom out a little bit, zoom out on your business and look at it in those kind of terms, and then look at it for the full year. How do you want your year to look for your business? You know, I think you guys, did you have Mira Denning on? Was it last week? No, it was a while ago, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's been a while for Mira.
Okay, so she's been a guest on here before with you guys, but she's an ambassador diamond, and she just has a real unique way that she looks at her business. Part of her strategy, and I hope she doesn't mind me sharing, so I'm sure she does it, is when it gets to summer, and a lot of people might kind of put the brakes on a little bit, or like, you know, kids are home and it can be kind of chaotic. She takes advantage of summer. She kicks it into high gear, and she has promoted in the summer. She has grown her paycheck coming out of the summer because that's the decision that she made for the way her year would look and how she wanted to organize herself, you guys. So I just encourage you to look at the year and make the decision of how you want this to look. Be the team that fights and pushes and excels throughout these summer months. You guys, I understand so many of you guys have kids coming home for summer and it gets crazy. I'm also scared of this because this happens for me too with my 4 kids. They're home and I got to figure out what to do with them. But what it might look like, you guys, is getting up a little bit earlier. It might look like trading some childcare with a friend. It might look like putting them in, you know, a gymnastics program or something where you can ensure that you have that time to invest in your business. Because what you don't have time to do and what you can't afford to do is just sit here and coast through this month, next month, the next month. You don't have that kind of time. You've got big goals and you've got to be running hard after them. So, all right, Rusty, where do you want to go next?
I was talking to a mentor of mine in another country yesterday, and he asked me a very serious question. He's looking at us really hard. And he said, and I want you to put a 1 in the chat if you really want a new life. Let's put a 1. I'll wait for your second. And all in the same verbiage, he gave me the answer. And this is true. And I'll let Maribeth, she has no idea what I'm going to say, but I know she can expound on it. If you really want a new life and you're going to go after this like you're the real CEO and you're going to do more than anybody in your family's ever done, and you're going to show people that you're really serious about what you're doing, especially those children. And I can say this emphatically. I raised my kids in Networks Global being a full-time daddy for almost 20 years. They understand what it takes to live this lifestyle, but they understand what it took during the summer, during the holidays, doing everything. If you really want that new life, you're going to have to get rid of the old life, and you have to get rid of it now. The old life has plagued us so much, and then that's in your physical well-being, your business, your relationships. The old you has got to go to become the new you. And when you make up your mind, that's what you're going to do. You're going to do things today that other people wouldn't do. You're not going to procrastinate. Most people are just busy. You're so busy, but you ain't making anything happen. And at the end of the day, when you look at your schedule, what was productive about your schedule? I think you're just busy. Anybody can do that. But when you make up your mind, and some of you are so talented. But here's what I know about talent. You can be the most talented person in the world if you ain't got no grit to fire up talent. Give me the person that has grit in his heart or her heart, and you're going to fight with heart and grit. That outworks talent any day of the week. So in order to get rid of or get your new life, you got to make up your mind, make a decision. And it's only a decision. The old life's gone. What I participated in yesterday Okay, I will not participate in it any longer because I've become a slave to the old life, and I'm a servant to it. Your new life is going to be something you create that that serves you. You agree, Mary Beth?
Oh my gosh. I absolutely do. And if you guys see, I put a 1 in the chat. And I saw Jimmy and there's like 1. And that's the thing, you guys. It's like every single day is like, yeah, I want a new day. I want a new life. I want to keep moving forward. And we do so many times get stuck in the past, you guys. But I think what we have to do is we have to make that decision. And I just heard a great podcast today, Craig Groeschel and Rory Vaden. One of my favorite books I've read in the last several years is it's called Procrastinate on Purpose by Rory Vaden. So if you need something for time management, this book will blow everything you've ever read out of the water. He says everything you know about time management's wrong. And let me tell you why. It's so good. But they just did a podcast today and I absolutely loved what they talked about. But he said so many times, you guys, we think when we want to go change our lives, we want to conquer something, we want to hit that goal, we want to lead, we want to move forward. We think what we're lacking is discipline. We think we're lacking the discipline. Oh, I don't have what it takes to get there. And he said that is not the case. So many times what we're lacking is vision for our life. And when we have that vision, and that's why we say all the time, you guys have heard Rusty say it, like, what's your why? Keep it in front of you, think about it, focus on it. When you have that vision, you guys, you are like an unstoppable force and nothing can get in your way. Nothing's going to keep you from being disciplined. And like, here's an example. Okay. You have a kid that's maybe not excelling in school and you look at the kid and you go, they're not doing their homework. Like they're not disciplined. But then you have that same kid that's going to a skate park after school for 4 hours every day and perfecting what he's doing. Right. And it's like, his vision and his passion revolves around skateboarding. It doesn't necessarily revolve around school. Right. And so it's like us getting that right vision for what we want next and getting behind that, you guys, with all of the force that's within us, because we have so much power. Each and every one of us, you guys, we have so much in us. We haven't even tapped into it. We haven't even started to tap into it. But I believe it's time that we do. It's time that we start facing forward and stop worrying about what happened yesterday and just worrying about today and looking forward and walking step by step in the direction of everything that we want. And I love what Rusty said. He's like, you know, we want to do better than, for most of us, we're thinking, I want to do better than my family did financially. I want to be able to do more. I want to do more for my kids. When you said that, Rusty, I was thinking and just kind of calculating and thinking, I probably make more in a month than most of my dad's career he did in a year, you know? And it's just, he worked really hard and he was an incredible leader and a great man. And he ended up making much more money in network marketing later on and did really great. But I just think of his, 25 years that he worked with a college degree, not making much money. And we have this opportunity, you guys, that's absolutely the thing that can push you far beyond what your family's ever seen before. And it's a gift. That's exactly what it is.
So what you're saying is you're set a new standard for your children and your family for people to follow. And setting the new standards, it's not easy. And I remember when I left the bank to come home, they thought I'd lost my mind. But I kept hearing Mark saying how much better he did in direct sales. And somebody said, well, I can't do direct sales. If you're earning money through a product or a service, somebody's directly selling your product or service, so you got a job. And they're just paying you just enough to keep you coming back, and you're doing just enough so you don't get fired. Now is the most opportune time, and this pandemic has created more opportunity for the people to go out and seize the moment, especially people are dying for just nutrition and health. We have the best. My story proves that It Works Global is the best. We have an opportunity that will take you wherever you want to go. It's just, most of you confused about what to do. Number one, you create your product story. You don't sell it, you share it because it's your story. Number two, you ask enough questions is to find out what's important to the person you're talking to, or you're messaging back and forth via live or social media, whatever. And you ask enough of questions. You don't have to be a doctor to make this thing happen. You utilize our tools. You point and click to the tools, to the stuff it says on your website, to the little videos that we have. Let that do the work. And then why is that so hard? It's not because why is it so effective? It's duplicatable. All you got to do is be the person that connects it or makes the exposure to what you have. And it's one thing about it. When you're excited about what you have or where you're going, it does not matter what you have or have not accomplished to this point. It's what your vision is, like Maribeth said, for tomorrow, for the rest of the week. How do you want in 10 years? 10 years is quick. The first 10 years with It Works Global was like, bam, wow, 10 years already? And now the second 10 years, the second decade is like, bam, already? Really? What are you going to do to make the next 10 years look like for your kids, for your grandkids, for you? Here's what I want you to do by getting rid of your old life. I want you to fall in love with you again. I want you to raise the expectation of your standard. How much I love me. See, you can't even effectively love your kids or your spouse or nobody until you effectively love what you see in the mirror. It Works Global's product line will change the outward appearance, the inward appearance, but it'll also create something in you. It'll take you from where you are to anywhere you want to be. It creates confidence because what? Sense of accomplishment, but things that you've seen happen in physically and also financially starts to, when you have enough physical results, the financial results will follow. Money is a byproduct of how many people that you help during the course of your day. Pack as much productivity, income generating activities in your day as you possibly can. And if it's not generating activity, like Pam Souter said on the Zoom last night, just get stingy with your time. And then what all she meant was don't stop allowing the same people to waste your time that ain't going nowhere. Sometimes we think these people are supposed to be with me forever. Not true. You have a lot of temporary people in your life. And what got me to where I am today is fantastic. Great group. You're leaders. You're here all these years. But what's going to get us all to the next level is a new group of leadership that we're going to cultivate and believe in and pour ourselves into, that we invest into those particular people in a particular manner. That's why we show up on these Zooms every day, consistently, all day long, just pouring into people. I believe in you. I believe in your dream. I believe your dream might not be my dream, but everybody's dream is to be free. And when you make up your mind, I'm going to help people go get free. I'm going back old school as you've ever seen, Maribeth. Old school as you've ever seen. That's what worked. And that's why we have a foundation that works global now. They say it's going to change. I'm not knocking nothing you do, but work at what a level that you can go ahead and excel yourself and what you're comfortable with and what you can take from where you are to make it better. And right now, I found in the last week, people are so hungry for somebody to call them, to have some dialogue, some conversation that they can interact with a human being. I think we're coming back full swing back to old way. I think the new way is great, but I think if you hone those people skills, you're going to be the big winners in today's society, because now everything is lifting up and people are hungry for us to just get together. And you know what? They call it the COVID-20. That 20 pounds you gained in the last year, we have a solution for that problem. You agree, Maribeth?
Oh my God. I actually just heard a stat. This is crazy, that the average millennial American gained 40 pounds during the pandemic.
Oh my God, that's good news for us.
Great news. Woohoo. No, it is a real thing, and people haven't put on real pants in a year, and they're realizing, okay, I took this too far, so they're wanting what we have. Absolutely. It's time for us to be able to offer that. Rusty, I love what you said, because I couldn't agree with you more. I really think there's going to be a pendulum swing, that people are going to want to be getting in person. I'm out on the road. I'm booking travel right now, you guys. So if anybody's doing something, let me know. I don't know that we're going to be trying to set up like ginormous events right now, depending on what area, especially, but leadership retreats and getting in people's living rooms again and going to brunch or dinner or whatever, and just spending time with people is so key right now. Those of you guys who have teams, make that a priority to get in person and spend some time with them. I also think, though, you guys, we're going to see we've already seen, they say we've gone 10 years in technology and the way that we are connected and the way that people can work remotely and all of those kind of things. So the cool thing is we're getting some credibility there too, where you guys remember a year ago, we would do Zooms, but no one else knew what Zoom was. Like, a lot of people didn't use it. They didn't know what it was. They didn't have it, even download it or whatever. And so I think we have a win both ways. We got to win because we already have some digital systems in place and we can run with that. We got to win because we have a lot of people who know how to get in person and can model what that looks like, and we can get out there and do that. And the most important thing is take what you're doing and just say, can I do more? can I do more in a way that's, working smarter, not harder? How can I multiply what I'm doing? Can I put people on, if you're doing calls, can I put 2 or 3 people on the same call? If you're doing events, can you do, record it and share it with somebody? Like, find ways to work smart. I'm not telling you to work around the clock. What I'm telling you is get better at what you're doing. Just keep getting better. You guys, when I took my first ministry job, I remember the pastor said, hey, you have this thing on your job description that says other duties as assigned. And I was like, oh, that's scary. Like, what is that? What do you mean other duties as assigned? And he said, well, after you've been in ministry for a year or two, you'll find you can get everything done so much faster. And so we'll start to add other things to your plate. And at the time I remember thinking, I can't fathom adding anything else to my plate. It was a very full job. But over time, that's exactly what happened. You guys, and here I am, I'm 40 years old. I have 4 kids, and I can tell you, I can get some work done real fast because you figure out a way to do that. And that's what you got to do with your business. Keep getting better, more efficient. If you can reach out to and get 10 hosts to put up a day right now, get more efficient. Maybe starting next week, you can put up 20 a day or 15 a day. Inch it up slowly. I'm not trying to freak you out, but you can do more. You are capable of more. And I love what you said, Rusty, about just loving yourself. I've learned so much about that lately. I've read some great books just about what that looks like too. And actually, I wish I could think of the title of one. I'll get it and put it in the chat for you guys, but that's so key. You have to be able to love yourself, cover your basic needs, the things that you need to do before you can really run the business the way you need to.
You know what, Maribeth? The way you see you is the way you see everybody else. And that's not fair, and that's not true. So elevate the way you see you, but your capability. All of you are capable. We're all capable of so much more.
Yeah.
And that's what she said is we spend too much time on stuff that doesn't matter. It's not serving us because we're serving it. So you become a slave to it. But that is a conscious decision that you make, that you participate. You've made a conscious choice to participate in that. But when you make up your mind, that's all BS. Today, I want to write me a definitive plan of action. That means it must be done today so you can live an infinite life. I think the last 20 years of my life has been pretty infinite. And I'm not saying that to brag. It's just my why was so strong. There's 2 little girls that are now grown young women. That critical thinking that she was talking about by putting your time in place and working your plan, planning your work, that comes from you ladies, and you're the smartest species on earth at critical thinking. If a man had to have a baby, hell, there would only still be 2 people on the earth. That'd be Adam and Eve. So we can't critically think, and we can't take a lot of pain, but the bottom line is make up your mind. You're the next CEO. We're coming in this thing together. We're coming hot. And what makes this so great is we all work together or none of us succeed. If we work together, we become what I call unified. You cannot do anything with a unified organization. How do I know that? That's 20 years of putting it in there. Developing great friendships with all you guys on here. And the ones I haven't, I'm going to. And I'm going to start showing up to people that don't know. I'm going to find your number and I'm going to call you. I'll look through this genealogy. I'll find you somewhere. But I need you to know how much that you matter. Your dream matters. Because, see, I know when I tell you that, you matter to your children, you matter to your spouse, you matter to your siblings, you matter to so many more people. So we have to elevate the way we see us. When I was sick, I didn't love me at all. I didn't want to look in the mirror. But every day I fall a little bit deeper in love with me. I take care of me a little bit better. You know why? Because it takes care of Robin a little better, the girls a little better. So we've had some catastrophes happen in my life in the last 30 days. My mother-in-law fell and broke her leg. She's 80. We brought her into our home to take care of her. And a week later, she fell and broke her hip. And then we have to send her to the hospital at 4 o'clock in the morning off to, I'll call it a concentration camp, because that's what it was. And I have to man up to let them know that we're bringing her home. And I'm telling you, it's for a reason. If Rob and I still both had careers somewhere else, we'd have to depend on her being a place that was going to let her die. That's a fact. And you know what? Right now, we're taking care of both of our mothers, and it doesn't matter. As long as I got this phone and the earbuds, I can still make it all happen and never miss a leg while we're taking care of critical things in our family. And you know what? That's the second time it's become very real to me. One's when I sit 37 days in the hospital with my father and he died. I never had to leave. But you know what I could count on, Maribeth? Cindy Pentecost calling me every day telling me I'm praying for you, uplifting me. And I could count on that check showing up every month. in critical times. So it's not a matter if it'll happen, it's when it'll happen. So work hard to take care of you, work hard to be have critical thinking, work hard for the critical times when it comes. You'll be glad you did, because I watched some siblings of mine. I watched their bosses in the medical field told them to get their A back to work, that they had doctors and nurses to take care of our father. I said, would y'all go ahead? Because I'm not leaving. I didn't have to. You know why? Because I had people on my team like Mark and Cindy. I had you guys on my team. Some of you I didn't know, some of you I did. But you know what? That put me in a position to not have to go anywhere until the last day. And you know what? I wouldn't trade anything for it. Had I been in corporate, they would have probably fired me. That's just how I am. But now that we are able to stop, Robin told me today, she come home, she's in tears a while ago to go back to her mother's. She said, I thank God for It Works Global every day. Now I'm able to give my mother the care she needs. And she don't have to worry about me living, and we're in her environment. And see, when that thing begins to happen, you start to really appreciate Mark and Cindy Pentecost. It Works Global. You start to really appreciate putting yourself out there, helping other people get healthy, because when your health goes, you'll spend every living penny, dime you can borrow, beg, and steal to start to get it back. But I'm like Maribeth. I remember Maribeth and I were in Tennessee up at Bubba Woods, and we were sitting down with people, drawing up plans of action. And you know, when you start to think of you that I'm taking care of me first, that decrees that you become not a liability now, but you are an asset to your family. And that's contagious. As you become asset minded, so does your children, so does your spouse, so does everybody around you, because you start to walk different, talk different, because you've just elevated your standard. The old flavor does not resonate with your taste any longer. It starts to leave. I don't participate in that stuff any longer because I have elevated this, the finer things in life. And I don't mean that to be boisterous or whatever, but it's taking care of you. Once you start to do that, you're going to start to attract different people. And the more you self-develop, your vocabulary starts to change. You start to attract more people because they say, wow, those people got something and they want what you got. And it all starts with you believing in you and you throwing that old you in the trash can. It's right now, throw it in the trash. That's over. We're done. We're divorced. If not, I have to shoot you. At this point, we're moving forward. What do you think, Maribeth? Close this thing out for me.
You know, one thing that came to mind when you were just sharing all that, Rusty, is you have to have relationships before you need them in life, right? And we see this a lot, just it being part of the church world. If you're invested and you already have relationships in place, when those unexpected things come, and they do, whether it's health, your health, family's health, whatever it is, you already have a support system around you. And you can hold each other up and you can support each other and you can help each other. What's difficult, you guys, are those people that we have that are all of a sudden like faced with these situations and they have no one, you know, and it's because they never showed up. They never invested. They never took the time to create the relationships. And I think of the, you know, what Rusty just described in the business, it's the same. Because he invested in his business, because he spent time, hours, you know, of his time investing in his business, building it up to a place where he had a residual income, creating relationships with the people that were around him, staying connected. When his life has faced crisis, the money's been there for him, but also the people have been there for them. And I just about was in tears, Rusty. Just, you know, I love your story about your dad. And I was just thinking about just my own life, even this last year. One of my little boys broke his leg, then another one broke his arm. But the one who broke his leg, it was major. And we were in the hospital for several days. And same thing. I've got Cindy Pentecost praying for us. I've got Cindy sending him his, you know, favorite candy and just coming around and supporting us. And you know, I got COVID a few weeks back and it's like, no questions asked. They're like, please take care of yourself. What can we do? Just, you guys, we are in such an incredible environment. And I think sometimes we just take it for granted. We don't realize the support that's here, but also the finances that are here at a place like this. And when you invest in your business here, you guys, you're investing in yourself, your family. You are the CEO. You are that person that has to step up and make the decisions. Okay. It's easier, you guys. It is easier to collect a consistent paycheck and just do like a regular job. That might be easier in so many ways, but it's so much worse because you don't have that unlimited income potential. You do exactly what Rusty said, which is you work just enough so they don't fire you and they pay you just enough so that you stay and you stick around. But it's modern day like slavery in so many ways, right? We're trading that time, and we're in bondage to that. This business gives us freedom. It gives us freedom to earn and grow and become these people every single day that are getting closer and closer to the way that God made us. That's really the way that I see it. We got to peel back those layers and just let ourselves shine and be and just grow into everything that we're made to do. And you guys, there's so much in each and every one of you. And there's so much potential in this business that's just waiting. It's just waiting. And I'm seeing people that are taking hold of it. And I'm seeing other people that are clamming up and freaking out because the world still isn't normal. But that's not you guys. You're not going to do it. Okay. We're going to step into this next season courageously. And that's really my goal as I run alongside you guys, is we're going to do this courageously, and we're going to go for something really big. Really, really big. So I'm pumped. I'm excited, Rusty. This has been awesome to get time with you guys. I always love it.
Well, you know, this is going to be the biggest year. We're going into the biggest run we've ever had. I know I keep talking about it. I see the numbers starting to reflect it, but I see the people's attitudes starting to reflect it, the hunger, the desire that's there. If you don't have the desire, you'll be working in somebody else's desire. So when you get sick and tired of being sick and tired of getting up every day to go somewhere you don't want to go, to do something you want to do for somebody you want to do it for because somebody else is raising your children. And when you really realize what's most important to you, in the end, I'm almost 60. I was in a hunting accident in November. I didn't tell nobody. And so it was raining. I come out of a 25-foot tree. I thought I could fly, and I thought it would take a while to hit the ground, but it was really quick. And thank God the It Works product line, and I didn't break anything. I was able to drag myself out of the woods for 2 miles. And I've never missed a lick. I never missed a day, and I ain't never missed a work. And I do limp a little bit, but the hip's healing right on up good. And but I can tell you, bottom line is, due to the collagen and all the stuff that I've taken all these years, the bone density is pretty crazy. As I told you the story to tell you this, I don't care what adversity you suffer. You can always, I could have chose to go to bed. Oh God. I said, just another pain. I've been sicker than this a long time ago. I'm not going to miss any workouts. I'm not going to miss nothing. I'm going to fight through the pain and make it happen. And I'm not telling you to brag on me. It's a mindset. A mindset. Do you know why? If I'd have laid down, first time Robin stumped her toe by the pool or whatever, I got to go to bed. No, we set the tone over here. We set the pace. And when you set the tone and the pace, you make up your mind. I'm not succumbing to what they tell me and that negative stuff. I'm not going to take those limitations and allow you to impose it on me. I know if I get up and fight like a crazy man, because if you're reading this book right here, it tells you exactly how to go after all those kind of adversities and the pain. See, your body's pretty stupid. Your mind, if it's strong, you program the body what to do. You don't allow the body to program the mind. When you fight through the pain, you always get stronger. And every time you come through the adversity, you can either view it as a roadblock or a stepping stone. I view it to be a stepping stone because I need to go through this right now so I can grow me. I can grow my fortitude and everything I need to go to the next level, because much is given, much is required. Free ain't free, welfare ain't free, and free has no value. So when you make up your mind, I'm coming after it. I'm going to be the next megastar in my family because I'm going to lead a team that's going to become so relentless that people is going to shake when we walk in, because they know we showed up to give it all we got. Because here's how you do it. When you get all in, It Works can't just be in your head. It has to get in your heart. When It Works is in your heart, you come up and you show up with heart. That changes the dynamics of your conversation, the dynamics of your business, the dynamics of who you are. Because like Lionel Richie said with the Commodores, you have to have love in your heart and heart in your love. And once you do that, people, they'll know that you're what? The one thing, and we're all looking, that you're genuine, that you truly have their best interest at heart.
Wow.
So, last sentence you got for us? I know it's getting late and you've been on these Zooms all day.
Oh my gosh. No, I think there's been just some great things shared, you guys. And I think the biggest thing is we can get on a Zoom like this and we can go, okay, cool, inspiring. I like that. I feel really good getting off of it, but then it's, tomorrow morning rolls around and sometimes it's hard and we're not around each other. Like, that's why we get together, because we need this fuel. We need it. I mean, it's been such a weird adjustment for me not getting to be in person with people, because that's what keeps me going. I am blue through and through. I need that time. And so this has been great, you guys. But I think the biggest thing is, don't let yourself get up tomorrow and just lose what you're thinking right now for that next goal and that next thing you want to do. So if you need to write yourself a sticky note tonight, if you need to write yourself a full-blown letter of how you're going to do it and what you're going to do, make a plan to get more serious about what it is that you want to do for yourself, not for anybody else. Don't do it for Rusty. Don't do it for me. Don't do it for your upline or whatever. Do it for yourself and the things you want to do. That's why you need to be more consistent. That's why you need to show up. That's why you need to have that strong vision cast over everything that you're doing, because you want that all to be in place in a well-oiled machine throughout all the seasons of life, which is what you guys got to hear about tonight from Rusty. So I love it.
It's actually from you, Maribeth.
Little from me.
Guest. Maribeth, we appreciate you so much. All you do through your sickness and your kids getting hurt, and that's part of life and growing up with all those little boys. My daughter's getting married. I told her I gave her 18 months to get me a grandson. I said, no pressure. I just need you to hurry up. And so it's my turn to have a grandson and have no sons or no brothers. Life is precious. What life do you really believe you deserve? Your family deserves. Nothing can hold you back except you. Go out and get it. You have the best compensation plan. You have the best product line, bar none. The numbers are in. We're not on, It Works Global is not on trial, but I'll tell you what is on trial. Every one of us get up to give it our very best tomorrow, and the next day we're the ones on trial. And so when you make up your mind that you're going to the next level, we're creating a whole new black diamond team. I brought some great leaders in this week, and I'm going to be working myself to death around the clock, old school. And this Zoom is and now that Carissa taught me how to use this technology, it's pretty cool. And it won't be long. We'll all be back rubbing elbows again. That's what we all love to do. And I think we're going to be the ones that lead this pack. We're the warriors that through unconditional love, that we're going to lead it into the next level. We're going to create things that direct sales has never seen. I know you've heard it. That's guys that's been in a couple months, or they've been with their little deal, the 14th one. This is the only one for 20 years. I know it's going to do it. If I didn't believe in Mark Pentecost as a man, he never lied to me. He always told me what was going to happen. But daggone if it ain't happening again. And this thing with those 5 customers, slit your wrist to get them 5 customers tomorrow night, and by Saturday get you 5 more. Because if you do that, that could be possibly from now on. And I actually heard it could be for every 5 you get. I don't know. I said I want to work like it's going to be for every 5 you get, and you're going to see your business go to the next level through the roof, bigger than it's ever been. Guys, I love you. You matter to me. You are valuable. Without y'all, there would be no me, there would be no Mark or Cindy. And every one of you, Maribeth, thank you so much. I love you like my sister. God, that I love him too. And all the boys, give them all a big hug and scrub them on the head there. And make this the best night you ever had, because it's the only one you got. It's all over at midnight. It starts a new day. Y'all have a great evening.
I love